Hello, Alex. How are you? Nice to have
Hello,
you back
David.
on my show again. Or yeah, it's our show because you're gonna do it as well, right? So we both showing this to the world.
Yeah, thanks for having me. First of all, my congratulations. Sorry. Uh, I see your shows, and it seems like people really interested in listening this. So, my congratulations on this. I really glad.
Thank you very much. I don't think it's it's so much my doing. It's more the people I interview. They're not interested in me, but this is what I'm going for, to have nice, interesting people on the show. So, and you're one of this as well. But you are now a regular. And that's why people already know that we always talk about something more in depth. So, yeah, what do we want to talk about today?
Today, I would like to hear hear and maybe say something about distribution stuff. Um, it's been a while since I asked myself, what do you use distribution services? Because I know that you changed some of them, right? And it would be interesting to know why did you change it? Was you happy about it and stuff like that? Maybe later I could say something about my distribution experience and basically, yeah, it's a conversation about distribution, music distribution, maybe podcast distribution also.
Yep.
So yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, okay. I asked Alex about this, but of course, for the listeners out there, I was a little bit prepared. So it was not a complete, oh, wow, we're talking about this today. And in preparation, I looked around what kind of I mean, we're talking about digital distribution, to go on to, these big platforms like Spotify, iTunes, and all the big players, basically. And I, looked around a little bit and found a lot. So there's a lot of different ones out there. And I guess we're not going to really rate them or judge them. Judge them, yes, but rating is a little bit tougher because you need to go into real details. I opened a few tabs on the site so that I can go through the pricing and stuff. But maybe to tell my story, I have used 4 different distribution systems so far, providers so far. I used DistroKid, I use CD Baby, I use a lender, and I
You
use
continue use it, right?
root node. What?
You continue using
Yes, with these two,
Blender.
root node and app and lender, I still use, and I can get. Yeah, I mean, we are talking about this. So why I use 2 different distribution systems is actually quite easy, because I okay. The good thing on root node is it's a complete free distribution system. That's the only one root node. That's the only one I really know where they don't charge any money. I think there is one other one, AWOL, but they kind of choose the people we want to work with. So you have to apply there. I'm not completely sure. Maybe during the session, during the episode, we get into this. Anyway, the deal with root node is you can use it for completely free, and then they have quite a far reach. But they keep 15%, I think, from your income. And if you are a small player, like I guess most of us are, this is nothing. and it's worth it, Like the other one I used before was DistroKid, and I really like DistroKid. Great service, I have nothing against DistroKid, but DistroKid costs $20 per year, as a flat fee, and then you can upload as much as you want, and you can, increase your things with a label system, where you can upload more than one artist, because with the cheapest one, you can only upload one artist.
It's kind of depends on price. Yeah. With two artists, it's more expensive option.
Exactly, and when you have a label, it's like up to 5 artists and stuff. Anyway, I found Root Note, and I liked our way around. I could see that I wouldn't make so much money with my music, at least for the time being, that it would make more sense for me to pay 15% of my of everything I earn to Root Note, and have and be on every big platform and a few small ones. They bombard you with all these numbers. They are on 200 something platforms. I cannot check it. I checked a few, the big ones, and I am there, so that's fine. So that's why I switched to Root Note. But the issue with Root Note is, and this was better on DistroKid, as far as I remember, if you want to make a cover song, you need to get the license for the cover, that you can, do it. And if I'm not mistaken, you're still on DistroKid, or which one do you use? I think it was DistroKid.
Yeah.
You have to pay.
At the moment, I'm still on
Okay.
DistroKid.
Okay.
Yeah.
On DistroKid, you have to pay $1 per month for a cover, so it's $12 per year. And they do it for you. It's really convenient, because otherwise, I dived into this as I was on Root Note. You can do it all by your own, to get a license to cover a popular song, but it's a mess. You have to go through a lot of hoops and things and stuff, and you can get a license, and then you have to provide it to your provider and show it that you got the license to do this song. DistroKid does a great job there. But, of course, they charge you extra for that. But, it's a very reasonable account. The cheapest way I found to get a license was $30 for just the license. And then you have to put in, other fees and stuff. So it adds up, and it's not really worth it. So DistroKid has a good deal there. But I was using Lander anyway for mastering things, and I got to know Lander as a mastering service. So if you mix something at home and you want to just try different kind of mastering styles and stuff, so you can upload it and you can hear it, and it actually improves the mix quite a lot. So I was using it, and I have a paid Lander account. I don't know if there's an unpaid one. And then they ventured off to offer also distribution, and I was like, okay, in the beginning Lander didn't have much reach, so I think they improved this as well. They had only the big players. It's enough, but the good thing for me, what Lander has and had, was they also take care of cover songs completely. It's no extra charge. You have to pay for them, and I have to admit I completely forgot to check how much I pay there. I pay yearly, so anyway, I don't know, but it's a paid thing, and I use them exclusively now for distributing any cover songs I make. Sometimes I make a cover, or with a friend I make a cover, and when I want to distribute them, I use them exclusively. It's quite a hassle to get it done, because it's you have to provide a certain thing, but it's completely free. I mean, for me, it's okay, completely free. It's wrong. I pay for it, but they take all the steps. So, and for me as an artist, it doesn't really make a difference. If people think about, on Spotify, you have the artist view, where you can log in the back end and you can see it. And it doesn't matter from where the song, from which provider the song comes. You still see them in your back end. So this is not a big deal. But yeah, for me, it's very convenient, and for my for my cover artist, it's a little bit not so convenient because he kind of have to make two covers, one for the cover song, but most likely it's then a single or something, and one for the real EP where the song should be on but is not because of distribution issues. But I honestly believe the listener, the people out there who want to find my music or our music, they don't care if it's from this end or from that end. They want to get the music, and we get it. So currently, I use RootNote for most of my I use RootNote for all of my original work. Things I do on my own. And for everything, what's a cover, where I cover something, an 80s song or so, I use Lander. And this works quite nice for me. And the good thing with Lander is we give you 100% of the proceedings. So whatever you earn, but of course, I pay them handsomely. I think I don't want to say something wrong, but it's about like $100 or $200 per year or so. So it's not cheap. But as I said, I used it for something else, and for me this is an added bonus. So I would have used it anyway, and I would have stayed there. So it wasn't that I switched. I just realized, okay, as I was, really trying to find out, as I moved to RootNote, I missed this a lot, the most from DistroKid, that I needed to get my own cover license. They don't help you there with that. And then I, ventured into this, and luckily saw that Lander, does this without extra money for me. So this is my solution now, and it works quite well. And just to finish me, and then we can get into a conversation, because I don't like monologues actually, but I also used CD Baby. This is the first distribution system I ever have known and used. And I released something there, but it's literally a decade ago or something. It's really long time ago. And it was a big hassle, but, back then we all started out and we didn't know how, things work and stuff. So I don't want to say something bad about them. The good thing apparently with CD Baby is they do the digital distribution as well as the real distribution, the physical one. But I don't really know how this works, so I don't want to talk about something that I don't really know. I can say from my perspective, it was a big hassle. It was very cumbersome, but back then I didn't know better. And then I used another one. I said I used 4. So I used CD Baby, Distro. That's all. I got it. CD Baby, DistroKid, RootNote, and Lander. So, and now back to you. What is your experience? Oh, and one good thing about DistroKid, I really have to say, we have great customer service, and sometimes the boss, sends you a message himself. He answers, and he's a cool dude. I have nothing against him. It's just, I'm not a big player. Oh, and on RootNote, you also can pay for your album. So once I will become this big internet sensation and everyone, millions will listen to my music, what most likely will not happen soon, I can kind of pay, I don't know, $20 per year or something, and then I get all the proceedings, But at the moment, yeah, it's the better
The
deal.
lower percentage system is more convenient for you, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, I see. For me, basically, too. Before we jump into my experience, which is not as big as yours, I have several questions about what I heard. And the first one is listener experience. When people go to Megal Modash, you create music by this name, Megal Modash, and
Yep.
the covers also under this name, right? So about
And I have
when
two
you
two
use
side projects where I also did covers. So yeah, there's you find me also. So it's three different music outlets or music groups you find me in currently.
oh, interesting. I will ask you later about this too. Uh, thing is, I think it's interesting to know about listener experience is you use one distributor for your music that created by you, and you use another distributor to distribute your covers, right?
Yes.
As a listener, is there difference for me? Should I, uh, if I open Megalmadash, I will not notice that.
There's no difference for you. You wouldn't know. I mean,
It's just
how would I guess if you're a real, a computer hack or something, you would see that because you get this UPC code and all this stuff, from the provider, to that it kind of marks your music that it's your own and that it's kind of traceable to you. So I'm pretty sure the Lander has a different number range than root node, and if you really are knowledgeable, you will know which one comes from which. But as a normal user, everything, if you go to Megalmodash, it will be listed under my band brand, and the other one is Hermann and then King Sinister. So you wouldn't notice. There was a mess up I have to clean up actually with King Sinister, where I did a Deepish Mode cover, and it somehow didn't get listed under my under the right artist backend on Spotify. But yeah, this is not a big deal because I mean the payment I still get. It's just I cannot see the listenings, the statistics basically, because Spotify pays the provider and you get the money from the provider and not from Spotify directly.
and another question is uh, most of people start from DistroKid, as I see, as I noticed, at least in my experience. See a lot of people start with distro, and when they start and understand what is better for them, because it's kind of at the beginning you don't pay attention to these details of distribution stuff, and distro looks pretty interesting. It's still interesting, but as we spoke, because of our size as artists, yeah, it's more convenient to pay a person, at least for from the beginning. And I think listeners that listen this episode right now have stress as I have at the moment, and this is the stress about switching distribution provider. and these people, I think, uh, they may be worried about their soundtracks and songs that already in playlists, about their music protections and
That's a good point.
codes and stuff like that. I think it's a big headache for people like that. And it would be
Okay,
interesting to hear
I
your
can say
experience
something
about
about that.
switching.
Yeah. So okay. I switched like 2 years ago or something, or 3 years ago. It's a while back. From DistroKid to root node.
From
And yeah, you're right. Okay. So the good thing first. Your songs, if you say they were already previous released or something, I do most of my things on Spotify, so I can confidently speak there. And I guess for the other is the same. The play count stays the same. So if you have like 10,000 plays for one song or something, it will carry over. So what you need to do if you switch, you need to delete your songs on DistroKid, and then we take it out everywhere, and that's a big problem if you are in a big playlist or something. Of course, this will not be nice. Honestly, I didn't have this luxury problem as I switched. So if you are just a beginner, you might not have the issue as well. And after you deleted it, you re-upload them to your new distribution, and then they appear in all the major players again. And like I said, the play count stays the same. So Spotify retained basically my my artist profile, and as I repopulated the songs, they got their previous play counts and all this. So this was not lost. But of course, I think if you do that, I doubt that you magically reappear in playlists you were listed in before you delete your songs. I don't think so. I cannot say if it is. I highly doubt it. Yeah, because it wasn't in my case that I was in any big playlist, and now I'm my own. If you switch, Alex, we can do the test. I put you in my playlist because here I have absolute control, and I can see what happens. And then we maybe in a later episode we can talk about what happens if you reappear in my playlist. But I highly doubt that because being a playlist curator myself, you usually, I have a close look on how many songs I have in any given time in my playlist, and if one disappears, it has not happened to me yet, but it can happen. If you delete stuff, it will not magically reappear because I, as a person, as a the owner of a playlist, have to let it in basically. So there could be, but I doubt it. And for me, it's I keep songs in my playlist for 14 to 16 days. So and it will take a while to delete your songs and then get. So you would stand no chance to get in there. Just sneaking me by. I don't think so, but I don't really know.
I have one theory about this thing.
Mm-hmm.
I also curate some playlists, and thing is, from time to time, I see that some music is not available. So
Mm-hmm.
it's still in the playlist, but it kind of unclickable. You can't click it,
Mm-hmm.
and if you get your mouse on this thing, you will see some kind of message like it's unavailable unavailable.
Unavailable. Unavailable.
Yeah. I just try to say unable to hear it, but unavailable
Unable
is
to
also
play or
unavailable.
something.
So it's still in a playlist, but it just doesn't play. Um, on example, like some artists do remasters,
Mm-hmm.
and it's still in playlist until I delete it.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't play. Maybe this is the theory. Maybe it's become available again when it uh, getting re-uploaded by other distributor. For example, they may need only this ISRS code or
Mm-hmm.
something like that.
Yeah,
I'm
or
not
the
sure.
UPC code or something. There's different
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
codes
yeah,
you
yeah.
have and these meta tags and stuff. So yeah, I think it could happen. I just I just don't want to say something about something what I don't know. And
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
pretty
yeah,
sure
absolutely.
there is an answer out there. I just was not prepared for that. But yeah, it's a good question, and for people who are in big playlists, it's certainly an issue.
Yeah, because at the moment, I think some musicians may realize that this money that they spend on distribution
Hmm.
could go for advertising or charity or stuff like
Yep.
that, and why not to why not to be uh,
Yep.
less greedy and give 15 persons and do whatever you want and
Exactly.
spend
That's
whatever you want.
I really like the deal. So just I'm not affiliated with Root Note or anything. I'm not getting anything to toot their horn and to talk nicely about them. I discovered them by chance. I was looking for a new distributor, and just looking for a better deal basically, and this was the best one I found back then, and yeah, it's I don't get any money to say this, but it's okay. I can also say something bad about RootNode. RootNode is quite slow. Also, the compared with DistroKit, they have very slow customer support. We have good customer support. We help you, but it may take a while
Mm.
for them to respond. So in comparison with DistroKit, they are much slower. Also, the upload to them is always slow, and also the website they have is slow. Everything is kind of slow with them, but we have a good service, and just we are just slow, and yeah, I will stick with them. And I like the option I have that if I ever become a big internet sensation star, I still can pay for my EPs or for my albums and singles and stuff. And then I get 100% of a proceedings. I actually did this for a year because you have to pay then yearly, but it was I mean my numbers are so low that it's not worth it. So for me, the 15% to them is really justified, and I get everything I got from other things. If I compare it to Lender is also it's fine. It's faster, but here as I use it only for cover songs, it's quite a hassle to go through, because you kind of have to show them which song you're covering, and who you have to find out who's really the creator of the song. It's not always the singer, as you might know, and stuff. So you have to do some research, and you have to give them all that. And DistroKid, as I said, they do it all for you. You just have to say, okay, this is a cover, and then they take. We find it, and basically what Lander does, they let you dip into this database where you can find it, and so I have to say I never had like, oh, I found it right away or something. You have to really dig to find what it is, even if I was well prepared and knew who was creating and singing the song, because sometimes we put the music creator first and then the singer or the lyricist or something. So it's always a hassle, but as I said, it's for free for me, so it's not. It's like when I have to do the next cover song, I'm like, oh, I have to go there. But I have to kind of put in at least half an hour. And this is just the initial half an hour, because when we come back and send you, okay, this is that, and is it the right one, and da-da-da, and ba-do-do-do-do-do-do. So it's a back and forth. Alex, are you still there? Alex? Ah, yeah, you're still there.
Yeah, do you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. I didn't see you for a moment. So I just wanted to put this out there. I'm not affiliated with Lender or RootNote, but I use them, and this is my own decision. And Lender, I pay with my own money, and RootNote, I pay with my own spillings from the millions I don't receive yet. So yeah, just to put this out there. Sorry.
I think we should leave links to these distributors.
Yeah, no, we can. It's I just opened the site because I wanted to see how much it is. And we also what Lender also RootNote also offers is they have like an in store. They have kind of their own store where you can put in your music as well and can set a price. I did this in the beginning, but as nobody ever really looked at it, I didn't found it worthwhile to do it. So we have like a in-store eBay thing, not eBay, Amazon, where you can put in your things, but nobody really cared for this. So, and I see on their price page we have a comparison with CD Baby and TuneCore and how much they cost. So, as you can imagine, we go here through figures. If you have $50 of royalties, you get $42.5 from RootNote. If you take the free one, so we take $18.50 from you. That's fine, and we compare it to the others where you have to pay them basically. So anyway, that's my point, as I made in the beginning. For smaller artists, it's really the way to go, I think, and I also think. Because that so many small artists use them, the site is so slow because they are on high demand. Because everyone who knows about this, you can make a really shitty song and don't care about it and just put it out there as fun for your friends and whatever, and it doesn't cost you anything, and you can say, oh look, I was just streamed in China and blah, 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 blah. And it's fun, I mean, I don't. Music is fun, and so do it, and yeah, it's a way to go. If you just a comparison, if you get $500 of royalties, you get on RootNote in the free mode you get $425. So that's fine. And yeah, you have to get first $500 anyway in royalties if a stream is 0.0000 something,
About, we calculated it. In case of Spotify, it's about 2,050 streams make you $10.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's kinda. We have time to think about this $500.
Yeah. So exactly. Don't. I mean, you have been there and I have been there. Let's talk about maybe this for a second. As I started with distributing music online, and I was like, I really was thinking, and I guess most people think like this, the world is waiting for my music and I just need to put it out and millions will find it. And it's true, I mean, it's distributed everywhere, and you can see there's a little world map where you can see where you get streamed and it's in Peru and in there and there and there. But yeah, it's nothing you get there, basically. You have a big distribution. So I mean, I don't want to take away all the fun of it or something, but it's not just because you put out something, millions others put out something, and so yeah, be realistic with yourself. And I would, yeah, here you can save some money, and I don't see any bad things with Root Note besides the thing that we don't do cover songs. But yeah, you have to find a way to deal with that.
Yeah, and
sorry,
if you
I have to be
music,
precise. We do cover songs, but you have to provide the license that you got to do, that you can cover it, and that's tough.
the process is on you.
Exactly.
Process, right?
We reverse it.
Yeah. So it's pretty interesting about this thing with putting music out there and hoping that people will listen to it. But the thing is, you have to give, in my opinion, you have to give a guarantee, and this guarantee, it's not as much about your music quality. You can create a really good music soundtrack song, and it will be really great. But the thing is, people don't have a guarantee that you continue to exist in through the years. And as a listener, I before subscribe, follow on social media, or join newsletters, I need this guarantee, because you may be just great, just wonderful, but
But why would
why?
you need this? You mean the distributor needs to exist,
No, no, no,
or?
no, 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 no. I'm trying to say about artists.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think as a listener. For example, there is some musicians that just created several soundtracks, and that's all. You never hear about them, and they did just great work. And why am I speaking about this? Uh, we spoke that world will not just take and listen you, follow you, and stuff like that, right? So what I think about it, it's more about not a sound quality, but about time that you are in a market, in a music market, as an artist. So if you are beginning artist, at least I think so, uh, you should think about being in the market for next, for example, 10 or 20 years. And in this time duration, I guess, you should think about expenses that you making, because um, $20 yearly is not that much. Yeah, $30, $50, but 10 years like that. Uh, I think for the beginning artists, it's important to focus on mm, to make distribution stuff and expenses as small as possible, because when artists create music and it comes to all this uh, payments, it kind of it can push on you, and it may negatively uh, uh, influence, I guess,
Yep, it has a bad
on
influence on
your
you.
on your artist skills, for example. I don't, because with distro, it's my experience. Stuff that I create usually takes from 3 to 8 months, one soundtrack, and pay yearly when you know that you can create 2 soundtracks for the only year, for the whole year, 2 soundtracks. You, it's even more convenient to look at the CD Baby, which is $9, I guess, for one single.
We had a comparison here. Wait, we have a comparison page. Let's see if I can find
But
it.
what I'm trying to say, for and some musicians I heard they creating one soundtrack for a whole year, and yearly payments. I think it's not for such kind of artists. It's more interesting even to pay huge. They have, for example, CD Baby. They have premium option, which is $30, I guess, for your one single, and they provide all stuff like protection of your music, if I'm not wrong. Even I guess I can't tell at the moment. I forgot. But the thing is, if you create one single at the year, it's it's not about distribution quality, that uh, thing for you. It's more about your expenses. And DistroKit is really great, guys. And mm, you feel this comfort while working with these guys, but they may not be just for you, because you want to survive on this market. We have very big amount of artists, and the thing is, they create pretty good music, and
Yeah, these suckers. We should make shitty music so that my music may be much better.
so basically, it's not about putting your stuff and expecting that millions will
I have
listen
actually
to it.
two things to say to that, because as I was looking for a new distribution, I also you haven't mentioned that, but this was important for me. What I really liked on DistroKit, the owner, the guy, he's really on point, and he tried to expand a lot. So I think DistroKit was the first one who offered the music to TikTok and stuff. I mean, now TikTok might be a different thing, but so this was like he was always on point. He found always new things and added new outlets. Small ones. So this was really like, okay, that's why I stuck there for a while, because I really liked that. Basically, you stayed on the same service and it was expanding. And RootNote was the only one I could find who almost had the same reach back then. I mean, it's free and almost had the same reach as DistroKit. Now I don't know; they might diverge a little bit, but I liked on RootNote, for example, that they had. I forgot all these little outlets they have, but they had one big in China, and I was like, okay, if only one Chinese person streams my song and tells 10 of their friends, and woof, you will get a sensation in China. So because you haven't mentioned that, this was also a thing for me to see the reach of a distributor. And of course, this is really cumbersome and tiresome, that you have to go through where we distribute stuff, because most of the all of the distributors, I think, have all the big names, Spotify, iTunes, Amazon Music, Shazam, Tidal, and all these other stuff. But also, if you make more fringe music or are small artists, it can be very beneficial for you to be also on smaller streaming platforms, where they're more dedicated to one kind of thing, or are more niche or something. So that was one of my incentives also to go to Rootnote, because we had almost the same reach as DistroKid, and I guess now we have, I lost track. They tell you always like we have 250 or something streaming platforms you get listed on, and you can opt out, of course. I think you can do this in DistroKid as well. If you don't want to go to this country or to that, you can block things. So this was one point for me. I wanted to just say, and then I wanted to answer to what you just said with your 10-year plan as a musician. For me, as a curator, what I do, I put your music in my playlist when I like it, and it doesn't really matter if a band or artist is still active or not. For the playlist, it doesn't really matter. But where I then sometimes see that there is an inactive band, and is I do shout-outs for my playlist, because I want, that people listen to it and that people find it, and, I get more followers and all this stuff. We talked about this earlier in the other podcast. And then I realize sometimes, this band is dead. This band is not anymore, When I search them on Twitter or on Instagram and see, okay, they're not anywhere anymore. Because I'm also, if I like your music, I also ask you if you want to talk with me, and we come to my video podcast show and stuff. So, I have some, if I like something, I want to get to know more. And then I see exactly what you said, that some of them are not present anymore, This can happen, of course, if you are a band, it falls apart, you move to somewhere else and everything. So this is all normal life things. But for me, then it makes no sense to connect with if I follow them on Twitter, it's a dead follow basically, because there's no one ever coming back to me and stuff. So that's why for me this is important as a curator and a mini influencer, to know that there is somebody on the other end who is really there. But for the normal little guys like we are, the music creators, it doesn't really matter much. But maybe this I still want to say from my curator point of view, please, if you want to get noticed, Spotify, iTunes, and all these things, we give you the option to write a little bio and also to link your social media accounts. Do that. I find people through this. If you have nothing in there, it's really hard. I'm not gonna Google you, or gonna see if you have a website with XY music official blah 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 or something. I'm not gonna do that. But if you link your Instagram accounts or Twitter, I'm more on Twitter, into it, this will really help you, give you a chance to be found at least by little curators as me. So that's for all the people out there who, you're just starting out and might listen to this talk. Do that, connect it and keep them, and also have your own website.
Because they usually getting broken from time to time.
Exactly. I have often, I mean, not too often, but every 10th, I find it's a broken link to somewhere. This account doesn't exist anymore, or something. So I'm my style. I'm more in the fringes and in gothic and stuff. So there's a lot of things that happen and then we disappear. So my point is keep do this. We even overhauled our own website because it was so old and not nice anymore. If somebody tries to find you actively, that they can find something and it's up to date. At least up to date is like, do something every half year or something. You don't need to do much, but you can. I check so many different bands and artists. I can see if it's dead or not. I can see how often you tweet it and stuff. So do something once in a while to say, I'm still alive, I'm here. And, this will greatly increase your being found by people who are interested in you. And this is me. I'm hunting for the smaller, less well-known people, because who make the music I like to make. Anyway, so back to the topic. Just wanted to add this.
That's kind of a big problem with this broken links or social accounts with one cat for musician, right?
Mm-hmm.
And people will not Google it. And
Yeah,
thing
exactly.
Is, if they will, because I sometimes Google musicians if they created something really interesting, right? And I want to reach out to them, but I still don't know yet that they are kind of dead. So thing is, Google doesn't work like you just type in second accident and you will see a lot of accident without second, right?
Yes.
Thing is about this. And this is why you want to keep your links working, to be clear that you are alive. And this is why distribution service, it's okay. It's good to start from distro. I think it's kind of shows you this world from inside.
You have to
where
start
you
somewhere.
can already, yeah, and you can kind of make your own analysis, like what you need. This is very cool, but you don't need this. This is very cool, and you like this. Killer feature, like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Then
As I tried to prepare a little bit before the show, and I was drowned in information, because there's so many distribution companies out there. I mean, I will link to most of the things I found. It's not. I don't like I said, I'm not affiliated with anyone, but there are so many minute details you can check, and what is important for you, and this and that, and blah, 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 blah. So yeah, but you have to start somewhere, and DistroKid, honestly, is not a bad start. They're quite reasonable priced, and they give you a lot of reach and a lot of features and stuff. So you will know where.
You,
pardon me? Pardon me? What again?
They also teach you. They also show you some
exactly.
stuff,
I mean,
how you can do. It's like they show you stuff like that you wouldn't think that it exists, and they be like, you can also do this or that. And you be like, oh.
They give you tips as well. I mean,
yeah.
Rootnote does this too. They give you tips.
Yeah, they kind of. Then after this, when they show how can it be, how comfortable it is, and what's for you great, what is options also in there, you be like, you go into other distributor, and you already DistroKid learned you to ask that questions.
Exactly,
like,
that's a good point.
Has yeah. So. We definitely should leave the links.
Yeah, no, I will link everything I found here. But I mean, this is people will listen to this on the internet, so I'm pretty sure we know how to use a browser and how to find things. It's just we can order it a little bit. And you made a good point.
It's more about why links is for example, if someone like me on Apple Podcasts. Yeah, and you you hear it, but you don't know how to write it, and then you just
I see. Okay, no, got it. Yeah, you made a good point, because I just we rearranged a little bit in our band, and our keyboard player, she will switch now to playing bass, and I'm a bass player, so I gave her will give her 2 different basses, so she can, and they're both different. So she can find out what she really needs. Because in the beginning, you don't know anything. You get a new instrument, you get a new tool, and you know what you can do with it, but you don't know if it's really suitable for you. So you need to start somewhere. And DistroKid is a really good start. Once again, I cannot say anything bad against it. RootNote is much slower, and you need to be. You need to bring some time to get in there. They do the same, basically, but we are kind of, compared with DistroKid, we are kind of old-fashioned or something. It's kind of slower and stuff. I don't want to, put them down. I'm using them, I like them. But, so, if you're up for speed and you don't care about paying $20 per year, go for it. It's absolutely fine. It's good. It's a good service, and I guess most of the others are as well. But in the end, you have to start somewhere. It's the same thing. Like if you looking for a new computer right now, there's thousands of models and whatever, and with this chip set and this, and then you have to ask yourself, what do I need? Do I need it for gaming? Do I need it for work? Do I need it for, and then you can narrow it down. And so this is, as I see our episode here, is more like to give you a starting point, to let you know there's a lot of things out there. But yeah, in the end, you have to ask yourself, what is important for me? Is it speed? Is it reach? Is it this one? I want to get into this one especially fast or something. So whatever,
Just don't wait. Don't wait.
Yeah,
Pick
exactly.
one and go. And basically,
start somewhere.
Keep in mind, thing that you can always switch. You should switch, at least for your practice, for your bureaucratic growth, right? Because it's a lot of bureaucracy in the music world.
Yeah, that's true.
For example, your covers, right, and stuff like that. I also have a lot of all this bureaucratic stuff. So I think main thought of this episode is it's okay to switch distributors. I think it's necessary to be capable to do it. So just in the matter of practice, I think we should to do at least one time. So to protect yourself from situations where some distributor became evil, right? This is business, and we should keep in mind this scenario. And he say, now you pay me $1,000 at the month. And you'd be like, okay, I can switch, and and you can tell to yourself what it can take, how much time it will take, what will change for you, and
It takes
stuff like
takes
that.
some time. Yeah, it takes some time because the first step is you delete everything. So this will take a while because it's until everything is depopulated, basically until everything is gone from all the distribution services. And then you re-upload, and then it takes a while. And this is where I have to say RootNote is very slow. It takes a while, I tried to take advantage of this thing, when if you upload something and you let it come live to a different starting point, you can use this the Spotify feature that you can submit it to the Spotify playlist, and if they like it, they put it in their playlist. So, but this is only happening for unreleased songs. So you kind of set a release date in the future, let's say a month or something, and then you have 14 days because it takes 14 days or something until it is out there and accepted. Because there's this acceptance thing with if a cover is accepted, and I mean the graphic cover. And the music is good enough, and whatever, it needs to fit certain parameters, and then you can submit it to the Spotify playlist. And here, I have to say something bad about RootNote. They are really slow. So they say an upload takes, I think, between 3 or 5 days until it's distributed, But it can take longer. And if you bank on this or count on this, that you kind of upload it, let's say it 3 weeks in the future, it should become live, and then it takes 10 days, you have not enough time to send it to the Spotify playlist for consideration. And I think here is DistroKid, as far as I remember, they were really quick. It was like, woof. I mean, you put it out and half an hour later, no, it's not half an hour later, but the next day pardon me?
1 or 2 days, basically.
Yeah, they're really, really fast. So this is also an advantage. If you have $20 to spare and you want a fast, reliable service,
but
take DistroKid.
With $20, it's not an option because release date you can with $35.
Oh, okay. See, this is, on RootNote you can put on you can put a release date, but put it a little bit more in the future because we are not so fast with distributing stuff. So I mean, you see, there's you have advantages and disadvantages with everything. For me, it's just kind of a no-brainer actually, because it's free, and a free service putting you out everywhere in the world, and only taking 15% of your, in the beginning, let's be honest, meager earnings. I don't mind that, So
that's really cool because before we started to record this podcast, I didn't know about that there is some distributor that will not take anything except the person, because I'm making research right now and I didn't find one, and then bam, you telling
just
me
ask
that
me.
it exists.
Just ask me. I'm your go-to guy.
It's the first thing that I'm going to do now is to check this free one, because I check in my expenses.
Yeah, no, and this is,
I want you guys to survive in this market also.
Exactly. And I don't. We talked about this before. This is not for me. This is not a dog-eat-dog world. I don't mind. I mean, I said jokingly, "Oh man, these other guys, they make much better music than I. If they make really bad music, my music would stand out more." So but in the end, we love what we do, and I don't mind having lots of different things out there. And this RootNote really helps you to get your stuff out without paying anything. And you can put out a party music for your grandpa or something. And I really like that. You can be creative. Just put something on your ukulele and load it up, and it's fine, So that's cool. And I like it to be cool. Yes, there will be a lot of competition, but I don't see it as competition. I see it as, we are all in this together. And if you, that's not really true. I wanted to say, if you really make great music, people will find it. It's unfortunately not always true. You need then, but this maybe we talk about in a different episode. You need some help with, PR agents and stuff. And I have some experience with this as well. And so maybe in a different episode we talk about this, how to help you along.
We should definitely speak about this.
Yeah, exactly. I guess a lot of people would be interested in that. And I'm, the good thing is, and I think you said it also, or you implied it at least with your 10-year plan, take your time, you cannot be a Justin Bieber out of the gate. There will be always one, the guy or the girl.
You don't know how much these guys worked before they became what they became.
Exactly.
It's usually a background thing that nobody think about. But if you will check, for example, like Eminem, this is pretty big history.
My kind of way of doing it is just like, make yourself available and findable out there. That's my advice I can do. That's why I like to do collaborations. I have, like I said, these 2 side projects, and there will be more coming, where I provide my voice or other things, and there will be remixes. You find people who remix your songs and stuff. So spread a network out there, and make yourself available, and work with different people when you learn new things. And so in the long run, this will help you to get a big network, and be found by people. I remember, as I started out, I sent my music to labels and stuff, and thought, oh yeah, this will be the big break. And now I'm kind of like, okay, you know what? I put it out there. I be consistent. I be there. I take care of my accounts. I am findable if people want to find me. And now, through hard work, I'm kind of I'm at like a little bit over 100 monthly listeners on Spotify. It's not much, but I'm happy for that. Before that, I had my mom listening, and it was like 4 listeners per month or something. So I got there. I got slowly. It increases, and you get your range, but it's not an overnight success. What will happen?
Which
Most
is
likely,
good,
that's
basically.
what I wanted to say. Maybe a
It's
good.
like a train. It's kind of gain speed very slow, but when it will gain it, it will also lose it very small, very slow. So this is good thing, and I think it's not the point to think about becoming next Billie Eilish or
Billie
Snoop Dogg,
Eilish, exactly.
right?
This was the
It's
one I
more
was.
about surviving. In
Exactly,
our realities,
exactly.
you just think how to survive, and if you survive, you will be able to do a lot of crazy things that you cannot imagine at this point,
Yep.
at this moment.
Actually, I like your game metaphor, because for me it is like a game. It's other people play games online and do this, and first person shooters and stuff. And for me, my high score is like I increase my Twitter followers, and I'm now more active on YouTube. I have more people there then, and I have more lists. This is kind of my game, and this is kind of my high score I'm going for. I'm increasing this, and I'm happy about every follower on my playlist, every
I think this is
follower.
the best thing about it,
Yeah,
that you take it as a game and just play
exactly.
it.
We are both in the fortunate situation that we don't need to live from that. I wouldn't mind living from it, from music, that is, but we don't have to. So why not enjoy it, And in the beginning, I really hated this whole advertisement thing. We're going to talk about this in a different episode, I guess. But now I take it as a game, and I see, oh, how much people can I get? How much can I reach? How much can I do this? And I see my Twitter posts reach more and more people. I'm doing live shows now on my radio station here, and I'm getting better at this. So, it's kind of, I like what I'm doing. So for me, it's a hobby, and maybe in the end, it gets somewhere bigger. But if not, when
Basically,
I had
it's
a good
not
time.
matter
I had a
that
good
much.
time. I had my game. I
Yeah,
play.
yeah, yeah, yeah. The point is to have a good time. And when you uh, go into music market, I think it's the most important stuff is to find this how to think how to say it. It's very important to understand if you capable to do it for 10, 20, 30, 40 years till the rest of your life, like trainings. You're training not because you having fun while doing it. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah.
You're doing it because you can't do without it, right? And you should take this process as this trainings. It's like, mm, are you capable to create it, to control it, to distribute it, change it, to think about it, to wake up with these thoughts, to have a bad dreams about it for some times. Yeah, and basically, I think this is the main thing. Is not about becoming a millionaire, billionaire, or stuff like that. It's just, are you able to enjoy by it, by
Exactly.
process?
That's. I would also, I talk now with a lot of artists, and most people, if you enjoy what you're doing, it takes away a lot of pressure. And most of them I talk to don't need to live from it and stuff, and they do it as a hobby. You can say some live from it and doing quite well, But yeah, I honestly believe that if if you enjoy what you're doing, it will also be in the music, and people will it will resonate with the people who listen to it, and see, okay, no, he just didn't put in these bars together and blah blah blah. Everyone can create music. It's so easy, but music with heart and soul, it's something different, and. So yeah, just love what you're doing, and we are here. We're both, to help you on your way and give you a few tips and hints and tricks and whatever. It's we don't give you trade secrets or some. It's all there. You just need to know about a few certain things, and I guess in this episode, the most important thing is find out what you really are looking for and how much money you are willing to spend. And there's always a better option and also a worse option. So just find what is working for you. I mean, just think about, there's so many different cars out there. Actually, there need to be only one car because it goes from A to B. But when there's, okay, somebody wants to go faster, somebody wants to go more slow but more secure or something. So, and it's the same with everything. Find your thing. There is no one size fits all, and there's so many distribution providers out there. I'm going to link to most of them. If you gonna listen to this online and you have the links in the commentary thing, maybe check out there is a blog spot from a blog entry from Lander, actually, and they compare things. Of course, they are on top, but anyway, they list a lot of different ones as well, and I don't know all of them. So, it's all out there, this information. You just have to do it at the end, and stick with it. That's a good point, Alex, to not... Sometimes I have a feeling people throw something at the internet and think now they made it and it's out there and it will be big and woof, and nothing happens because and then you have to stick with it. Like I said, as I started out, there was maybe one listener, and this was me listening to my own stuff on Spotify, and now I have over 100 per month, and it took a while. I'm in the game for. Let's say, distribution-wise, for 10 years now, So it's not that it just came to me, and I'm still learning, and I'm learning new things, and things are evolving, That's the good thing also, just for your personal mental development. You always have to change a little bit, like you train your body, but you also need to train your mind. You have to adjust your mindset. Now this works better, and this is da 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 da, and then it's for me it's like a game. For me it's interesting what you can do, but the most important thing, it's persistence. You need to be persistent. It's the way it is. If you want a good relationship with your wife or with your friends, be there for them, be persistent, be nice to them, to be kind of available. Okay, I need to be available to my family, unfortunately. Not unfortunately, fortunately. I need to go to the playground. So I need to stop. Sorry, Alex. I will cut you off now. Nice talk. Good topic. Next time sorry, that's German. We go maybe more into how to help be found and stuff.
Maybe someone have some offerings about topics. Maybe
Yep.
we can
Just
read it
just
in the
ask.
comments in a Twitter and stuff like that, because Tobias have to say a lot of stuff that can make your life easier. And hey, hello.
You want to say hi to Alex?
Hi.
You want to hear what he says?
How are you doing?
That's Alex.
Good.
Okay, Alex.
It's nice to see you.
I will go to the playground now. I think this is my call. Thank you for your time, and talk to you later. Bye.
Later.
Sag tschüss.
Have a good day.
Bye.